The confirmed number of coronavirus cases in Los Angeles County hits 1,218,958. The confirmed number of deaths reaches 23,110. Here in Torrance, the total number of confirmed cases is 7,016, with total confirmed deaths at 199. We anticipate the numbers to change as the county updates its last 24-hour operating period. Welcome to COVID-19 Today. I'm Colleen Farrell. It's 4 p.m. on Wednesday, March 31st. LA County has entered the moderate or orange tier in California's blueprint for a safer economy, but county health officials will leave current restrictions in place until Monday, April 5th, out of an abundance of caution. Once Monday comes, assuming the county case numbers don't go up, here are some changes you can expect to see. Bars that do not provide meals can open outdoors, but they must adhere to proper masking, social distancing, and other safety protocols. Movie theaters, places of worship, and restaurants can expand their indoor capacity to 50%. Card rooms can operate indoors at 25% capacity. Food and beverage remain banned from card tables. Fitness centers can operate indoors at 25% capacity, including indoor pools. Family entertainment centers, including bowling alleys and escape rooms, can open at 25% capacity. Grocery stores can increase capacity to 75%, although public health officials recommend remaining at 50% capacity until April 15th, so more store workers can get vaccinated. Hair salons and other personal care services can increase capacity to 75%. Aquariums, museums, and zoos can open indoors at 50% capacity. And youth and adult recreational sports can apply to the Public Health Department for approval for athletic events, competitions, or tournaments that involve more than 2 teams or multiple individuals. Meanwhile, Orange County is wasting no time in loosening its COVID-related restrictions. That means changes we listed for LA County should start taking place today in Orange County. And great news for Mickey Mouse fans, Disneyland, which plans to reopen on April 30th, will operate at 25%, including at its dining facilities. OC Supervisor Doug Chafee says Wednesday is the magic day that sounds like a bit of sunshine. Supervisor Lisa Bartlett says moving into the orange tier opens up their local economy and means they're able to balance the economy with the local public health. And Supervisor Katrina Foley says this is hopeful news that's well received by both their business community and OC residents, because many people are anxious to get back to some semblance of normalcy. As we enter the orange tier, however, health officials remind us of this sobering fact. COVID-19 was the leading cause of death in the U.S. just a couple of months ago. The Kaiser Family Foundation released this graph showing that in January, the number of COVID-19 deaths increased so rapidly that it became the #1 cause of death with an average of 3,000 people losing their lives every day. The next leading cause of death, heart disease, was trailing behind by almost 1,000 daily deaths. And when looking at the year 2020, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention released provisional data today that shows COVID-19 was ranked the 3rd leading cause of death after heart disease and cancer. It also revealed that the death rate went up 15.9% from 2019 to 2020. Researchers at the National Center for Health Statistics analyzed death certificate data from the National Vital Statistics System, and they took a close look at deaths among U.S. residents between January and December of 2020. Researchers believe there were about 3.36 million deaths last year, and COVID-19 made up about 11.3%, or 378,000 of those deaths. Data shows overall death rates were the highest among Black and Native American or Alaska Native communities, And when just looking at COVID-19 deaths, Hispanics ranked the highest. The CDC says death rates and numbers may change as additional information is received. Final data is typically published about 11 months after the end of the calendar year. Pfizer just announced some very promising news about its vaccine's effect on kids. The company says its COVID-19 vaccine is safe and 100% effective in adolescents as young as 12. In a study conducted with more than 2,200 U.S. volunteers ages 12 to 15, preliminary data showed there were no cases of COVID-19 among fully vaccinated participants. The report also shows that kids had similar side effects to those who are a bit older, including chills, fatigue, and fever. And researchers report somewhat higher levels of virus-fighting antibodies in these young participants compared to those 18 and over. The study will continue to follow the participants for 2 years and track information about long-term protection and safety. Pfizer and its German partner BioNTech plan to ask the U.S. Food and Drug Administration and European regulators to allow emergency use of the shots for this younger demographic in the coming weeks. Californians aged 50 and older can make appointments now to get vaccinated starting tomorrow. The state's website, myturn.ca.gov, opened up the ability to book the appointments a day before the age group becomes officially eligible. If you fill out your information and enter your address, the site will show if there are available appointments nearby. State officials say California can currently administer 3 million shots a week, and Governor Gavin Newsom predicts that number can increase to 4 million by the end of April. But limited supplies may continue to be an issue, and public health officials remind everyone to stay patient. Individuals 16 years and older can expect to start getting their shots on April 15th. Every other week, we have a special segment called Wellness Wednesday. This week, Christine Lee checks in with the Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce to see how small businesses are doing during this pandemic.
COVID-19 has been challenging for many of our local businesses, but in midst of the difficult times, there have also been some positive and inspiring stories. Joining me today is Donna Duperon, who is the President and CEO of the Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce. Donna, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So let's get right to it. What have been some of the biggest challenges faced by our local businesses?
I think some of the biggest challenges that are faced, and it's been a variety since the beginning of the pandemic, but I think a lot of it is buying trends of consumers, where a lot of them just really stayed at home and used Instacart or the internet to purchase. Some of it might be forced closures, and then the open again, not open again, different guidelines and protocols handed down. And then the unemployment, that has impacted really the buying trends of consumers. But it's just been a variety of different things throughout.
Yeah, as a small business owner myself, I can identify with many of these challenges, but you've talked to some businesses who have learned to pivot during these hard times to keep their businesses afloat.
Yes, the Chamber from the get-go actually hosted a lot of industry-specific segmented roundtables. And from what we learned there was just a need to share information and collaborate with one another. And I think one of the things that we realized is that businesses really want to help each other succeed. So we did have a lot of sharing and partnering throughout the last year as well.
Yeah, and it seems creativity and connectivity both played crucial roles in these success stories. Can you share some resources from the Chamber for businesses during this time to encourage them?
Yes, the chamber actually has a weekly online newsletter, and it doesn't have to be just for chamber members. So any business, any resident can sign up for that newsletter online at www.torrancechamber.com. And within that newsletter, we have important notices from the Department of Health, from the state of California, from the city of Torrance. So there's a lot of information that we have offered through that newsletter. And we also have different sections in our website that answer a lot of questions.
Yes, your website has been so helpful. Thank you so much, Donna, for taking the time to chat with us again.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
For the latest news and updates from the Torrance Area Chamber of Commerce, you can log on to torrancechamber.com.
Thanks, Christine. Well, UCLA clinched a spot in the Final Four of the men's NCAA basketball tournament for the first time since 2008. The Bruins beat Michigan 51-49, leading to celebrations in Westwood that included some students setting off fireworks and even burning couches at the school's fraternity row. UCLA will now face the undefeated Gonzaga, and the winner will advance to the national championship game. Tomorrow is National Burrito Day, and Chipotle Mexican Grill is doing something interesting to celebrate. In addition to giving away free burritos, you can also enter for a chance to win some Bitcoin. The fast casual restaurant chain announced that it will give away $100,000 in free burritos and the same amount in Bitcoin through the interactive game called Burritos or Bitcoin. Chipotle officials say they're the first U.S. restaurant brand to offer a cryptocurrency giveaway to consumers. Their game starts tomorrow, April 1st at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and ends at 6 p.m. No purchase is necessary, and each player gets 10 chances to guess a 6-digit numeric code to win a prize. For more information and to play, you can go to burritosorbitcoin.com. Good luck. For more than 2 decades, a student arts and literature contest called Visions of Unity has given Torrance youth a creative way to express their unique ideas and ideals that broadens minds and touches hearts. Take a look at these creations. They are some of the winning entries from this year's contest. Torrance students can submit artwork, essays, or poems, to name a few, and in the process, they get an opportunity to reflect on their role in resolving critical community issues and take initiative in enhancing unity among diverse groups within their community. Winners can earn a cash award and receive public honor in the Torrance community among its leaders. The Visions of Unity contest was inspired by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., whose birthday comes on or near the contest deadline each year. Organizers hope the power of artistic expression can cross cultural boundaries and help explore ways we can all work together to cultivate greater healing, harmony, and understanding within our communities. Congratulations to the 2021 winners. Torrance Unified School District received a generous donation yesterday from the Taiwanese American Chamber of Commerce of Greater Los Angeles.
We're here to donate masks to all of the local school districts in Southern California, hoping that this could help in the reopening of schools and get COVID behind us.
We're receiving 50,000 masks for our students, for our teachers, paraeducators, and all staff. So we're just very excited and thankful.
These masks will keep our students safe as they're coming back into school every day with more and more.
Councilmember George Chen helped make this donation ceremony possible. It took place at the TUSD Educational Materials Building, and this is actually the second time that the Taiwanese American Chamber is giving Torrance such a generous gift. Last November, they donated 30,000 masks for our first responders. Well, before we go, at the end of each program, we like to share feel-good stories from our community. Pictures, images, and videos that remind us of how resilient our community is and how Torrance truly cares. The city's Parks and Recreation team has a creative way for you to celebrate Easter while staying safe. They announced that Bob and Bunny made their homes in our beautiful city. You can catch one or both of them hanging out at the city park until April 9th. If you find them, snap a selfie and tag at Torrance Recreation on Instagram or at Torrance Parks and Recreation on Facebook. They'll be hopping around, so those social media sites will also give you some clues on where they might be. What a fun way to show how Torrance truly cares for the kid in all of us. Now, if you have a great story, upcoming event, or photo or video you'd like to share, email us at covid19today@torranceca.gov. We'd love to hear from you. Well, that's our update for COVID-19 Today. Be sure to join us tomorrow as Ben McCain brings you the latest. Be safe, stay healthy, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.